Hey everyone, this is a little segment from our weekly live show, Nerddom's Pull List, where we talk comic books, pop culture, and some other knickknacks around the office. Join us every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific to join in on the fun and to hang out with the community that we're building here. So enjoy. But yeah, hope you had a great week. Let me know what you guys picked up this week, because it's insane. Like we were just talking about last week, what kind of titles we had. Another jam-packed week this week. With Batman alone, you got Batman Brave and Bold, which is an $8 book. And it's like a solid cover. It's almost like a graphic novel, really. And then you also have Detective Comics number 1081, which is the standard $5 comic. So I was intrigued by that, because I'm like, I haven't really looked at Batman Brave and Bold yet. You know, like, I haven't looked at it yet. The variant. What is he, infested by the green? What is that? We had two titles this week that we didn't get a chance to get. I think one of them was a digital only, but I didn't really know that. And then this next one of them I kind of just added on because I saw it and I'm like, I gotta get it, right? I was fighting back and forth if I was gonna get it, but decided to get it. But did you guys pick up anything? How do you get your comics? Do you go to the store? Do you buy them online and get them shipped to you? Feel free, let me know. Should we just get into it? Oh, should we just get into it? All right, let's get into it. Let me get the bag. The bag. Oh. As always, we got our bags and boards ready to roll. High quality bags and boards. Little ASMR art. Store only. I feel that. Hey, how you doing, Brett? Welcome, welcome. I like going to the store, man. You know, it's not the same. Like, my buddy buys them online, but it's just not the same as like talking to people. Most of the time I don't want to talk to people. Okay, we got a good mixture of some stuff. This week. The conversation is a big draw. Yeah, I agree. I love it. Nothing like that flipping through feeling in store. I feel that, Anthony. Welcome. Absolutely. I'm flipping through right now. So the first title that I picked up is the one that I'm just probably going to finish off until it is done. And it's honestly a brilliant work of art, but it is Dracula, issue number 4. Again, it is by James Tynion IV and Martin Simmons with the art. But this is following very closely, if not directly, to the Dracula story still. But the art alone from Simmons, it like I said every week that I do it, it reminds me of Arkham Asylum with Grant Morrison writing it. I don't know if it's watercolor or like a dry brush, but let me try to show you an inside. It's haunting. It's great. And this is issue 4. I'm not sure how many issues it is going for. Maybe 6. It looks like they got a Creature from the Black Lagoon Lives coming out. Number 1. I don't know when that's coming out, but it looks like they're trying to do all the Universal monsters, starting out with Dracula. And this one's been coming out ever since Halloween. So again, that's Dracula issue number 4 by James Tynion IV and Martin Simmons. But I'm digging it. I mean, it's the Dracula story, so it's kind of just a have at this point. Look at that. Next up is one that I'm sticking with. And it's probably because it's the only really sci-fi story that I have going right now. Most of the stuff I do is either capes, my westerns, we have horror, but we have here Lotus Land, issue number 3. Now again, this one is futuristic, cyberpunky, superpowery kind of a story about a dad who has a special ability, and he's doing this like one last job to help his yeah, we're sticking with Lotus Land. That's it. I want to see where it goes, and like I said, it's like the only sci-fi story that I have going, and it's got Blade Runner vibes, it's got supernatural stuff, and I just want to see where this story's going. The art is really good on the inside too. It's kind of like a weird Frank Miller kind of look on the guy. He's like very chunky, but yeah, really digging Lotus Land. Issue 3. They're really short issues as well. Really short. They're really breeze of a read, really fast. So what kind of sucks with them is the pricing. $5 for this, you know. But again, it's Boom Studios' Lotus Land, and that is Van Polgeest, Philippi, and Delapeche thing. Look how great these bags look, dude. Oh my god. Okay, the next pull is actually a little bit of a surprise. I wasn't planning on grabbing this, but I just, like a gum pack at the grocery store, this is what I grabbed. We have the Resurrection of Magneto. Resurrection of Magneto, issue number 1. This is a $6 book, $5.99. Insane. We have Ewing, Vecchio, and Cruel on it. And we are going to have to do a ton of research into what the story is. How's the pulp? The usual Marvel, dude. The usual Marvel. Not good. It's a little bit better, I think, than my Daredevil Black Armor, which is probably my least, the least best made, but it's a little bit better than that. A step above newsprint. The art though is pretty good on the inside too. We have a Storm story going on, and that's why she's on the cover. Looking bomb, just gonna say, a looking bomb. But let me see if I can show you one of the. There's lots of uses of splash pages in this one. So what's your guys' thoughts on use of splash pages? I've heard some criticism of people overusing them, and then some people need to use them, kind of thing. I don't know. Just depends on, I guess, your storytelling. But this one does use a lot of. Oh, I love Storm too. Oh my god. Look at that. Look at that. Insane. So we'll see where this story goes, but it looks like it's Storm forward. It looks like, yeah, there's a lot of big splash pages in this one, but the art looks amazing. The art looks great. Again, this is the Resurrection of Magneto, issue number 1. Get out of the way of Storm a little bit. And we're gonna have to do some research before we get into this book of what is happening. What is going on? We'll use them full. We'll use them. Resurrection of Magneto. Look at that. That looks beautiful. That's beautiful. But like I said, it does look like it's a Storm story. But we'll see why. And we'll let you know. The next book is, I wasn't able to get the A cover. My store didn't have it again, so we had to get the B cover. There wasn't any A's, but I kind of want to stick with it. This is $5.99, and this is from Oni Press. So this is probably the only Oni book that I have, and it is Invasive, issue number 2. Now, Invasive is a crazy story so far about a group of killers who are hunting people who have elective surgeries. So that's surgeries for, you know, plastic surgeries, lip injections, hip injections, things like that. These guys are going after them and killing them. And someone's trying to find, I believe, her sister. So with that, it's something different. You know, it's talking about people with that type of addiction, with elective surgery addiction, with, you know, image issues, self-image issues. So I'm interested in following this story, and hopefully I'll be able to, and hopefully the store keeps buying them, because I'm like I said, interested. But we only had the B cover. We didn't have the A cover. The A cover I can show you. It actually looks pretty badass. Let me see if I can pull it up. And I don't know if it's just because I'm partial to gas masks. There's the cover for Invasive, and there's an ad for a Subaru. But again, not much else to really talk about. We'll tell you how the story goes later. give you some reviews on it. But yeah, it's a really interesting read so far. It's something that I haven't seen before, and it's kind of body horror, dysmorphia, that kind of thing. So we're gonna stick with it. Invasive, issue number 2 for now. I think I saw Oni at Comic-Con. They were trying to push this like anime type of comic book on me. They gave me an issue 0 of it. I haven't really followed up on it, but this is the only book from them that I've seen. I don't know if there are much others. I could probably look it up on here. Oh, there was a Penguin book too that was Batman on it. Batman's on the cover of the Penguin book. So Batman has 4 titles this week. How can you keep up? You can't. You cannot keep up, that's for sure. You gotta pick and choose and stick and move. All right, next issue is actually one of my favorite titles, but unfortunately, like I was talking about earlier, the pulp isn't the best on it, and it sucks that Marvel isn't really putting the stock behind it. And this is Daredevil Black Armor, issue number 3. Now, the last story we had did have the return of Hobgoblin, and he was attacking Matt, who is in his armor because his other armor is messed up. So we also had Sabretooth involved as well. And it's a pretty, I think Daredevil might be my number 1 right now, not only because of the show excitement and everything else, but just because like the street level Marvel stuff is just more interesting to me than maybe some of their other titles. I did give Scarlet Witch a chance. It's not my thing. Like, she's solving people's issues as they come into her tea shop. And like I said, this is probably the only X-Men book I'm picking up right now. But we got the Daredevil main line, which has Matt in a different situation. He is, you know, he came back from the dead, and he is now a priest. And it's kind of more of there's street level mixing with his religious self, which I appreciate. You know, there's not a lot of books besides this Daredevil book, the normal Daredevil book, and the Blood Commandments book that I've read that is really tackling religion. So it's a good read. And then this one is kind of like a little bit more pushing the envelopes with what kind of enemies he's fighting. So it's a little bit different of a take. But that is Daredevil Black Armor, issue number 3. And again, I wish it was on a better quality page, but this is $3.99 of a book versus a $5.99, which is the Resurrection of Magneto. I bet they thought the Resurrection of Magneto was going to push more, so they put more stock behind it, more price. And this is Chichester Diaz Mayer and Dollhouse, D-A-L House. So again, Daredevil Black Armor, issue number 3. Awesome. I'm really digging this one. Having a good time with it. All right, next pull. This one is a little bit different. I actually haven't gotten any of the books before, but they have a big issue coming out next week. So I thought might as well grab the issue. I don't think it's next week, actually. It might be next month, I'm sorry. But I said might as well grab the one right before the big one. We like different? Here we go. I don't know how much different it is, but it is Spawn, issue number 349. Right before the 350th issue, February next month. So, like I said, I don't know if I'm going to be hopping onto the Spawn train because it does have, I think, 5 titles. Scorched, Gunslinger, King Spawn, and maybe there's another one. Is Kilgore one of them? Or no, Philadelphia. I think that's the other one. I could be totally wrong on that one. But, you know, I wanted to grab the issue before, and this is McConville, Barbary, and Ramos, issue 350. Again, the Spawn titles are always good quality. Good quality. And the art, forget about it, dude. The art is so good on these books. On every Spawn title, I always am impressed by what's happening in them. Now, this one's a little bit... The Spawn series, from what I'm seeing, is different than the Gunslinger series, which is like on Earth and everything. This one has to deal a little bit more extraterrestrially, like big spacey war. The one thing I will complain about Spawn books, all of them, is that they are really short. But it looks like they got Spawn, King Spawn, Gunslinger Spawn, and Scorched. Those are the 4 titles. Spawn's universe. You know, here's the centerfold. So the quality is there. They are just a little bit shorter than other ones. But thought might as well. You know, $2.99. $2.99 for this. May as well. Right before the... Did you get to call it penultimate? Is penultimate like right before it ends, right? That's what that word means. Alright. Spawn issue 349 before the huge 350 issue. 350. That's crazy. That's crazy. We're on our final one, which means it is the... It's the pick of the week. We survived. Now this is a chunky of a book. This is chunky, and this is $5. But the reason it's chunky is because it worked. Oh, awesome. So the reason this is chunky is because this is introducing us to the universe that I kind of mentioned last week, and it may not be an actual comic book. It's kind of an advertisement, but it is Ghost Machine. Issue 1. And on the cover we have Geiger, Red Coat, and I forgot her name. Hair transplant? Me? I can get a hair transplant. You want me to get one? What's up, Ryan? But on here we have a couple of smaller stories, and it is Rook. That's what it's called. Rook is the story with her name. I forgot her name. But it goes through a bunch of the universes that they're going to be launching. Now, the reason I say it's pick of the week is because I am interested in a whole new universe that they're putting into here, and the Rook Exodus stuff may be a different universe than the unnamed universe, which is Geiger and Redcoat. But I'm still interested in getting into this world that these guys are making. Guys and gals. Hyde Street. Like, it looks like there's like a horror title in here too. So if you're interested in looking into what they're doing over here at Ghost Machine, I do recommend it. It is a pretty sizable book as well. So for $5, you're getting a little bit of a taste of what they're going to be coming out with. And then they do have a release schedule. So volume 1 of The Unnamed is actually on paperback. And you can see Geiger and right here, Junkyard Joe. So again, it's my last one. It's kind of like an advertisement, so I'm kind of not peeved at it, but I'm like, okay, whatever. But I get it. It's Ghost Machine number 1, and that's the pick of the week. I love people doing their own thing, man. And it's kind of like protected by Image. So it's underneath Image, but at the same time, they're doing their own thing. And I still do believe that Image gets, if you work with Image, you do get to keep your property, your IP. Excited for the series? Yeah, me too. That Rook stuff looks cool. Rook Exodus. You know, just having her on the cover is so sick. I forgot what her name was. She was on the cover of another book. There's a different versions of this one. There's a B, C, D covers for it. Goes into... It might not fit in the bag, bro. Oh, it does fit like perfectly in the bag. Ghost Machine, issue number 1. Geiger's pretty cool. I want to see him kick some ass. Right now he's kind of just like murdering a couple people who find him, but yeah. All right, that's it for the bagging and boarding. That's it for the polls.